Good morning, children. Let us continue the chapter Electric Current, in which, in the last session, we were discussing about the potential difference, the electric potential difference and electric potential. Once again, I repeat that definition. The amount of work done to bring unit positive charge from infinity to a particular point is known as electric potential, and its formula V equal to W upon Q. Then potential difference. It is the amount of work done to bring a unit positive charge from one point to another point inside the electric field. That is potential difference. For this, we have the formula VB minus VA equal to WAB upon Q. This is the potential difference. Both are the quantities in which work is done to move a charge. In the first case, from infinity to a point. In the second case, from one point to another point. Both are same. Now, they are given units. The SI unit of electric potential and electric potential difference. Both are same. That is joule. That is volt. It is volt. Simply we write capital letter V. So we can write 1 volt equal to 1 joule upon 1 coulomb. These things were discussed in the last session. Just I am repeating. 1 volt equal to 1 joule upon 1 coulomb. So 1 joule per coulomb. This is equal to 1 volt. So here we can define the 1 volt in terms of potential and also in terms of potential difference. That was also defined in the last session. Now we move on to the next part. So why this potential difference is to be discussed? Because the potential difference, since it is the work done to move a charge, it is the work done to move a charge from one point to another point. Here this potential difference is required for what? We take a conductor. This is the conductor. In this conductor, we were discussing about the electric current flows. The electric current, it is due to the flow of electrons. The electrons are flowing from one terminal to another terminal. So the electric current is flowing through this conductor. In the normal condition, the electrons were moving randomly in all the directions, but after certain condition, the electrons were traveling in a particular direction. How? That due to what reasons the electrons were moving in a particular direction? Because on their own the electrons cannot move in the particular direction along the straight line, which gives the electric current. To move all the electrons in a particular direction, definitely the external source must be required, because the external energy makes the electrons to move in a particular direction. That external energy comes from a source, and that source does the work to move the electrons. For this, the potential difference has to be discussed, that we discussed in the last topic. So what that source, the source, that is cell or battery. Suppose I take a cell or battery. This is cell, and this cell is connected across the conductor. Connected across the conductor. This cell, it does the work to move the electron from one terminal to another terminal. So that means the cell is establishing the potential difference across the conductor. Potential difference means one side must be higher level, another side is at the lower level. Here the Cell is doing the work by supplying energy. So cell is the external agent. That external agent is pushing the electrons, moving the electron from one point to another point. Already I told, to move the charge from lower to higher, the external agent has to do the work. Here the cell is the external agent. It is doing the work to move the charges from one terminal to another terminal. So definitely this must be at the lower potential and this is at the higher potential. So the electrons are moving from lower potential to higher potential. Negative is taken as the lower potential and positive is taken as higher potential. So to establish this potential difference, the cell is connected. Always, for the flow of electric current, the potential difference must be developed across the conductor, across the terminals of conductor, then the electric current flows. So to develop the potential difference, we are using the source, cell or battery. So for what purpose the cell or battery is used? Just to develop the potential difference across the terminals of a conductor. We use these sources. Now, due to the potential difference, the electric current flows through the conductor. That potential difference is to be measured. How much potential difference is developed? That means how much work is done by the source. That potential difference is measured by a device. Just like we were measuring the amount of current flows through a conductor by a device, a meter. Here potential difference also measured by a device, that is voltmeter. It is voltmeter. That was a meter. To measure the amount of current flows through it, here we use the device voltmeter. It is not a voltameter. Voltameter, that is another device. We cannot say that is a device, that is the source of current. That was also like a cell, but here this is voltmeter. It is used to measure the potential difference across any 2 points, and that is given a symbol, just a line, circle and a line. Inside the circle we write V and plus minus. This is the electric symbol for the voltmeter. So we have discussed two devices. One is ammeter. It is used to measure the amount of current flows through any path, any circuit, any component. Circuit we will discuss in the next topic. And this is the device used to measure the potential difference, or we can say amount of work done by the source across any 2 points. Just we can say it is used to measure the potential difference across any 2 points, that is voltmeter. You should not write voltameter. It should be voltmeter. That is the device. So we have discussed two terms, electric current and potential difference. Now, for the flow of current, potential difference must be developed across any 2 points, and that 2 points are at some place. And where is that place? For that, we must discuss about the electric circuit. This electric circuit, you people have studied in the earlier class also. I think in class 7th, electric circuit. In class 6th also, you have studied about the electric circuit. Electric circuit, it is the path along which an electric current flows through many components. there may be any number of components, and if I am roughly making that component, suppose this is one component, another component, another component, so 4 components. That 4 components, when they are connected by wire, through a wire, these 4 components are connected through a wire, it makes a path. That path may be closed or open. Here it is continuous. We can say this is a closed path. It may be open also. And that closed or open path through which the electric current may flow, that path may consist of any number of components. That components, electrical components, like the cell, the ammeter, voltmeter, bulb. Because cell, battery, bulb, switches, these things already we know. We have studied in class 7th. Also we discussed about the symbols of these components. So that components presents and they are connected by a wire. That wires are known as connecting wires. These wires are connecting wires. So all the components are connected through a joined by connecting wires, and through that path the electric current may flow. That path is known as electric circuit. So simply we can define a path through which electric current flow, which contains many electrical components. The path may be closed or open. If it is closed, we say it is closed circuit. Closed circuit. Open, open circuit. That's all. Now for the flow of current. For the flow of current,